Okay, chapter 20 of The Cage, Ruth Minsky sender. Chapter 20. I am on the list. I read the dreadful words in Ulick's eyes even before he utters them. My sister Figeli is coming with me, he says in his soft, gentle voice. Hide. We'll hide you in our cellar. You must hide. I grab his hands with sudden force. You cannot go. You must not go. I won't let you go. There is no use, Riva. His voice is breaking as he speaks. There's no use. Maybe it is all for the better. Figeli is all skin and bones. She cannot hold on much longer here. I have nothing to help here stay alive within here. Nothing. Maybe it is true what they tell us, that they are sending us to labor camps, where we'll have a better chance to survive this hell. I have no choice. I have no choice. I look at his sad eyes. What has happened to the sparkle and if hope that has always been there? What has happened to his determination to live? What has happened to his strength to fight for each day? I swallow the lump in my throat. Ulick, you must not give up. You know what life in the ghetto is like. But maybe it is even worse outside the ghetto. Maybe we have a better chance to survive right here. We must not give up hope. Riva, he caresses my hair softly with his trembling fingers. Riva, you at least must understand. You are the guardian of your brothers. You are legally and morally responsible for their lives. I am the guardian of my younger sister, not legally but morally. I promised my mother to look after my sister. As long as I can, I must do it. I must think of her welfare. She is too weak, too delicate to survive in a cellar. I cannot put her in hiding, where she will die for each strange sound. It takes strong nerves to hide. There is no hope for her here. Our only chance may be reporting for transportation to a labor camp. We are young. They need our labor skills. They say that even the weak can be used in camps for the easy work. As long as they need us, we may have a chance. He utters a deep sigh. We must hope that we are making the right choice. We must hope that this will all end soon. He looks at me, and there is a glow in his eyes now. Riva, he says, you will not forget me, will you? I try to manage a smile, taking his hands in mine. How can I forget someone who reads poetry to me with so much feeling? I'll wait until you return to read again. He squeezes my hand. It's a deal. It's a deal. Ulick, what can I do to help? The lump in my throat is back again. He thinks for a moment and says, a bit embarrassed, I don't know what to pack for this journey. I can use some help. I walk into Ulick's apartment with slow, hesitant steps. I have never been here before. How sad and strange life is. My first visit to Ulick's home is to say goodbye to my dear friend, my more than friend. It is a one-room apartment crowded with reminders of better days, with pictures of loved ones looking down from the walls. A picture of a smiling woman stands on the dresser. Ulick looks like her, blonde, blue-eyed, the same gentle smile. She is dead now. This beautiful lady lost her mind, hid in a world of her own, away from all this horror, and they killed her for that. I look at Figeli, sitting on the bed, pale and forlorn. Her blonde hair is disheveled, bewildered, and lost. She, too, looks like her mother. But there is no smile on her face. There is only fear there. I wonder if that is what their mother looked like when she took sick. My heart breaks looking at her, a gentle young child surrounded by madness and death. Riva, I am so glad you are here. I am so afraid. I am of no help to Ulick. I am so afraid. She stretches her thin arms towards me. Hold me, Riva, hold me. I hold her tightly. She is so helpless. I understand why Ulick must go. He has no choice. He is her strength. Embarrassed, Ulick points at the open drawers and the clothes scattered all over the room. Look at this mess here. I told you, I am no good at packing. I am glad you came. We packed two suitcases, saying very little. We are lost in a world of unspoken feelings. Is this goodbye forever? Why does it have to be like this? Why? Why? We must clean up this house before we leave in the morning. Figeli's voice reaches me from the distant world, from far, far away. And we must lock the door. We do not want anybody to come in here while we are away. Mama always said that you must leave the house clean when you go away, so you come back to a clean house. We will come back, won't we, Riva? We will come back. Yes, Figeli, you will come back. You must come back. I look at Ulick now. You must come back. You must come back, I whisper. The packing is done. The house is clean. I must leave now. Before curfew, Ulick walks me to the door. We stare at each other and suddenly embrace. For the first time we embrace each other. I feel the violent pounding of my heart and the pounding of his as we stay in each other's arms. Our lips meet for the first time. We hold on tightly to each other. We are safe as long as we are together. If only we could stay like this forever. I feel hot tears gliding down my face. I do not want to cry, but the tears keep coming and coming, leaving their salty taste on our lips. I pull myself away from his arms and run down the stairs crying aloud. I feel like screaming, shouting, why? Ulick's warm voice trails after me. I will be back, Riva. I will be back. Chapter 21. It has been 4 months since Ulick and his sisters Figeli were deported from the ghetto. As with all the others before them, there is no news. The mail to the ghetto has long since been stopped. Nothing comes in or goes out. Only people leave and they never return. Deportation orders are speeding up. Daily bulletins are placed all over, in the shops, offices, on the street walls. Leave the ghetto as volunteers, they urge. You will get an extra loaf of bread. Families who leave together will remain together. It is a hard decision to make. Before our hungry eyes, they are dangling extra bread. It is bait to lure us out. Or are they sincere? We will stay together as families as they promise? What are we to do? Questions, so many questions, but no answers. Some physically and mentally worn out, wanting to believe the daily bulletins that shout at us from every corner, give in and report to railroad station, a bundle on their shoulder and hope in their heart, trying to convince themselves it's the only way. Hans Bibo, the SS ghetto commander, makes personal appearances at the large shops to present his point. It is a bright summer day. Not a cloud in the sky. Bibo is coming to the tailor's shop where I work. We are all ordered outside to listen to his speech. Surrounded by SS guards and ghetto officials, Bibo looks relaxed. He smiles and speaks calmly, softly. I came here today, ladies and gentlemen, because I am your friend. I care what happens to you all. You are very important to us. We need your skilled labor. We need your talents. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I personally urge you to report to the railroad station for resettlement to a different place of work. We are doing this to protect you from the Russians. The Russian army is coming close to Lodz. They will not think kindly of you. Remember, you made uniforms for the German army. They will punish you for working for us. But we do not want you to suffer. We need you all. We need your labor. You are good workers, and we are only moving you to a safer place so you can continue to work for us. We want to save you from the Russians because we need you. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, his voice is still soft and gentle, and his face is now covered with a broad smile. Trust me, please. I promise you not a hair will be harmed on anyone's head. We will keep you together as families. If you leave together as families, you can take whatever you can carry. You will have better working conditions. You will be safe. You will be happy. I promise you, we need you. He sounds so sincere, so honest, so caring. He leaves, still smiling, waving a friendly goodbye. We stand silent, bewildered. Then everyone starts speaking, all at once, agitated. Maybe he's telling the truth. They do need our labor. Why would they want to harm us? He sounds so honest. But can we trust him? We cannot trust the Nazis. They are murderers. It is a trick. They want to make the deportation easier on them. It will save them the trouble of searching for the Jews if we come on our own. Do not listen to them, friends. Hide, resist, do not go freely. Hide. Where can we hide? Resist? With what can we resist? With what can we fight them? We may make it worse by trying to fight. We have no chance against them. We have no chance. Maybe the Germans are losing the war. Maybe they are becoming more human. Shouts all around me. Feverish, excited voices coming from all directions. Whom do I listen to? Who is right? Who is wrong? My face is hot, flaming from the inner turmoil. My head is buzzing. What shall we do? What shall we do? Riva, I hear a familiar voice. Mr. Birkenwold stands near me. Riva, do not trust the Nazis. Hide. Do not report to the railroad station on your own. Hide. Hide. Do not volunteer. Do not volunteer. Hide as long as possible. The message is quickly passed on. We stop going to work. We stay together with our families. Whatever happens, we'll be together. The Germans surround us and pull people from their homes into the waiting wagons. Screams and cries fill the warm summer air, and the sun does not stop shining. Our cellar is a busy place now. We keep blankets and pillows ready on the clay floor at all times. At the sound of German voices from far away, Motelli, Michelli, and I, and whoever happens to be at our house at the time, jump into our hideout. We curl up in the pitch darkness of a cellar like hunted animals and wait for the hunter to leave in search of other victims. The tension, the stress, the horror, it is nerve-wracking. It is unbearable. The nights are easier. They do not come at night. We use the peace of the night to check up on our friends who has been caught, who has died, who has managed to live another day. Our good friends, Carola Mikita and her brother Burl, live only across the street with their mother. Their father was taken away during the horror caravan in 1940. Our friends Labish, Chowick, and his sister Rif Kelly live on the next street. They lost their father during a Nazi ghetto raid at the time we lost our mother. They live with their brother, who looks upon me as one of her children. Her youngest child, Chanelli, my best friend, died of tuberculosis about the same time as my little brother, Libelli. We are all like a loving family holding on to one another for strength and support. Did I? Never mind. What shall we do? The food rations are running out. How can we survive without food? Should we report to the railroad station? Should we try to hold on a little longer? Maybe there's some hope. If we are still here tomorrow, maybe. We try to stay in touch with our friends from the youth movement, but they have no answers either. Jews out, the Nazis are back again. This is only dawn, but they are here already. They never come this early. Shouts, screams, outcries of pain fill the air. Moments of silence are followed by Jews out, Jews out. We sleep half-dressed, ready to hide the moment we hear it. Jews out, Jews out. Motelli, Michelli, and I jump from our beds. In seconds, we are inside the dark cellar. Motelli pulls the trapdoor, which is covered with a rug and located under the table. It is not an easy job to conceal our hideout from the Germans or ghetto police when they are searching the house, but we have had lots of practice. Motelli pulls the covered trapdoor in moments, precious moments. Jews out, Jews out. They are pounding at our door. Jews out, Jews out. The door is being kicked open. The wood is cracking under the heavy bolts. Footsteps are pounding over our heads now. We hear furniture being broken, closet doors being ripped open. Cursed Jews, they shout. They are not here. Jews out, Jews out. We hold one another's hand digging into the flesh. We hardly breathe. I close my eyes and see Mama's face before me. Courage, children, courage. Finally, there is silence all around us. No more footsteps above our heads. Are they gone? Is it only a trick? Are they there, waiting silently for us to betray ourselves? We do not move. The pounding of our hearts can almost be heard. My head is spinning like a broken record. The same thoughts keep going around in my mind. How many times do we have to hide like hunted animals? Will our hunters win their hunt? How much longer? How much longer? Forever? Forever? I think they left, Motelli whispers in my ear. Do you think we can get out of this grave? No. I feel panic in my heart. My hands are shaking. No. Let's not move yet. They may be waiting for us. Let's sit still and wait until we are sure. All right. He presses my hand. We'll sit and wait. All right. Cramped together, our arms around one another, we sit and wait. Not a sound is uttered. Has it been minutes, hours, days, a lifetime? Suddenly we hear footsteps above us, softly, carefully moving about. The table is being moved. We stop breathing. Is this the end of us? A familiar voice breaks the terrifying stillness. It's all right. They left. I came to see if you're all right. A warm, friendly hand reaches into the cellar. It is Leibish. He has come to see if we survived the latest raid. We are all still here. They did not find any of our friends, he says quickly to answer the unspoken question. How much more, Lebesh? How much more? I whisper. He puts his arms around me. We must hold out. We must. Chapter 22. We live in constant terror of being caught and separated. The Nazis are emptying the ghetto quickly, with brutal force. The food rations are running out. We have no weapons to fight them with. For 5 years, we have fought for survival and dignity, living like human beings in spite of the savagery around us. I look at the closed curtains that hide the books, the source of our strength. They nourished our minds even while our bodies were withering. They helped us believe in a better tomorrow. What do we do with them? What will happen to the books now? As if reading my thoughts, Moshe says, Riva, the books will survive. Knowledge cannot be killed. Look at these books. We have kept them from perishing in the flames for 5 years. They have kept us from perishing morally. They will survive. You are right, my dear brother. Ideas cannot be killed. The books carry the beautiful ideas of freedom, justice, brotherhood. The Nazis may destroy the books, but the wonderful ideas of a better world will survive. We'll let the books stay right here on hidden shelves in an empty ghetto to remind the Nazis of the spirit they could not destroy. I spoke to the others of our group last night, Motelli says, his voice tired and low. He tries to stay in touch with all our friends. He was almost caught several times during the raids trying to help others stay alive another day. I often wonder where his determination to live comes from, but his voice sounds strange now, beaten. We have no choice. We have no food. The Nazis will find us soon. There are not too many people left in the ghetto. This makes it easier for them to round up the ones who are still holding out like us. If they find us, we may lose our lives. We have no choice. His eyes are so full of pain and anger. We must remember we tried to resist as long as we could. We resisted every way possible. If we stay here, we will die, but we want to live. We must live. The only chance to survive may be to come out of hiding on our own. We will have to hope that we will stay together if we go together to the railroad station. We look at one another, searching for reassurance, for a glimpse of hope, for strength. I turn to the window to hide my tears. It is a beautiful, sunny August day. When are we leaving? Moshe asked, trying hard to control his emotions. We have to pack some things to take with us. If we are still here tomorrow morning, Motelli says slowly, Carola Burl and their mother, Mrs. Makita Labish Kelly, and their mother, Mrs. Rabo Borachowik, will all come here. We will all leave together as a family. We must hope that we will remain together. We must hope. So what do we take, Riva? Moisheli pulls me gently away from the window. We cannot give in to despair. It will not help, remember? If hope is lost, all is lost. If hope is lost, all is lost, I repeat after him. I look around me, taking in familiar surroundings of our home, every detail, every corner. This will all have to live in my memory until we return. I want to take everything with me on our journey. All those precious details, I must carry them in my heart. In our hands, we can carry only our personal belongings. What do we pack? Where are we going? For how long? How do we walk out with only a bundle in our arms? Should we take some family pictures? Moshe asked, looking lovingly at Mama's portrait hanging on the wall. She looked so beautiful, her dark hair parted in the middle, a gentle smile on her lips, her blue eyes so soft and dreamy. Well, just a few, I say, looking at Mama's portrait. Maybe we will find her somewhere on our journey alive and well. Maybe she is waiting for her children with outstretched arms. If hope is lost, all is lost, I hear Mama's voice. Motelli pulls out drawers filled with my poems, my journal, my letters to our mother, sisters, and brother. He looks at me. Riva, I think we should take all your work with us. It may be safer with us than left behind in the house. I glance at the written pages, lying neatly in the drawer, waiting to tell the story of our struggle for life, for dignity. Motelli, we cannot take all my work. We must not. If Mala, Chanel, and Yankel should return home before we do, they will at least have something to welcome them. These writings will bring them regards, loving regards from their sister and brothers. They will learn what has happened to Mama and to Libel. They will know that they were always with us in our hearts. And if we cannot return, this will be our legacy. Riva, remember, If hope is lost, all is lost. Matelli and Moshelli say in one voice, I remember, I remember. I whisper while packing my journal carefully into my bag of clothes to take on our journey to the unknown. Chapter 23. We spend the night talking. Sleep will not come. We wait for a miracle to end this nightmare, but no miracle comes. The sun rises warm and bright. The bloody Nazi raid begins again. A knock at the door. Our hearts skip a beat. Do not be afraid, children. It's Chanel's mommy. Open up, please. I hear a soft, familiar voice, Chanel's mommy, as if we would not know her as Mrs. Burachowick. She is always Chanel's mommy, even though her Chanel is gone, dead. Motelli's opens the door. Mrs. Burachowick, her daughter Rifkeli, and her son Labish, the remnants of a large family, stand in the doorway with bundles under their arms. Mrs. Burachowick is only in her 40s, but she looks so much older now. She stretches her arms towards me. My dear little girl, my dear child. I wonder if she is speaking to me or to her, Chanel. I hold tightly to her and feel my mother's arms around me. Riva, Mrs. Burachowick whispers, I hope we will always be together. You are all my children. I cannot live without my children. I feel a lump in my throat. I remember Mama. She, too, spoke those words only a few weeks before the Nazis took her from us. I swallowed hard. We must hope, Mrs. Burachowick. We must hope. She touches my hair with trembling hands. My Chanel always had hope. She speaks as if to herself. My Chanel always had hope. She waited hopefully for the day when she would be freed, for the day when she would be well. The day never came. She is in a cold, dark grave now, and I am going away, leaving her all alone here. Who will cry at her grave now? Who will sit at her grave and speak to her when I am gone? Her tears pour freely over her dried-out cheeks, and your little Abel, who will come to his grave? We are leaving these children behind. It is only for a while, Mama. It is only for a while. Labish puts his arms around her. She buries her gray head in his chest, sobbing violently. He kisses her head softly. Slowly, we take our bundles in our hands, trying to prolong the departure. Again, my eyes rest on the bookshelves. They will survive. Moshelli's words echo in my ears. They will survive. We lock the door and walk slowly outside, the building in deadly silence, like a funeral procession. Carola, Burl, and their mother were waiting in the street for us. We felt it would be easier on all of us to just meet in the street and go. Burl says, as if apologizing for not coming into the house, let's go. From other buildings, small groups of people with bundles on their shoulders or in their arms are slowly moving into the street. We are not the only ones still here. We are not the only ones leaving. I see an old friend of the family. He is a tailor. On his shoulder he carries the head of a sewing machine. He approaches our group. I stare, speechless, at the sewing machine on his shoulders. All machines have to be surrendered to the Nazis long ago. I held on to the head of the machine. I kept it hidden. He answers my unspoken question. I kept it for the day when there is a world again and I have to start a new life. What is a tailor without a sewing machine? But I figure it may help me now to have a machine. Maybe I will get a better job if I bring my own tools. We all work together. Shots echo from the distance. A parade of ghost marches through the city of death. Empty homes bid us their last goodbye. Chapter 24. The railroad station is packed with people, bundles, sacks, cartons, neatly tied packages all around us. A whole city is leaving on a mass pilgrimage. Where to? Where are we all going? What is the name of the place? Does anyone know? Please stay together, Matelli urges us. Let's not lose one another in this crowd. Children, my dear children, hold on to one another, pleads Mrs. Burachowick. We must stay together, children, we must. On the tracks, freight trains are waiting. There are cattle cars. Why cattle cars? Someone asks, full of panic. We will suffocate in there from the heat. It is mid-August. The heat will kill us. What did you expect? I hear another voice. You thought they were going to send us first class? To them we are animals. One voice cuts in sarcastically. Besides, they want to make sure that these animals cannot escape. They need our hands to make them uniforms. They need our skilled labor. Keep still, keep quiet, do not push. You will all get into the wagons. We have plenty of trains for you, call the guards. I look around me, search familiar faces. We wave goodbye to people we know. They wave back. Eyes meet, petrified, angst. What choice do we have? What can we do other than go into the cattle cars? We have no way out, no choice. People are around me desperately trying to find an answer, clinging to tiny sparks of hope, optimistically spreading rumors. They stopped the deportation. The Russian front is too close. They are sending us back home. They need us. They will not hurt us as long as they need our labor. But the trains keep filling up with people. Each wagon is locked. One train pulls away and another pulls up, ready to be loaded. We wait our turn, holding on to one another. Next, hurry up, get your bundles. Move, get in the wagons. You, there, hurry, you stupid Jews. They are calling our group. Panic seizes me. This is it. We are going into the cattle cars for a journey to the unknown. The guards are getting very impatient. They are already bored with the game of loading Jews into the wagons. They are angrier and louder now. Jew, make it faster. Labish is helping his mother up into the wagon. She slips. He pulls her quickly into the wagon before the whip of the angry Nazi can touch her body. You cursed old Jew, the Nazi guard shouts, swinging his whip in all directions. We must move, trying to duck the whip. So many families are being separated. We must try to stay together. We must try. We are at the end of a line. The train is almost full. Whatever happens, please let us stay together. I pray silently. Just let us be together. Someone reaches out to help me up into the cattle car. Motelli and Moshelli are behind me, lifting me up. They jump in after me. Are we all here? I call out to Labish. Yes. We all made it into the same wagon. There is Carola Burl, Mrs. Makita, my mother, and my sister. He points out to the corner of the car. Let's try to make our way toward them. We squeak through the crowded wagon. We sit down on the floor, worn out from the horrible ordeal, but relieved to be all together again. We can hardly move our arms. We are just like one big mass of tired flesh, hot and steaming. The doors are about to close. I hear someone scream. I am a part of a family. I am part of a family. Don't leave me behind. Here, stay with your family. I hear a sarcastic remark in German and someone is pushed into the wagon. The doors close. We are all in darkness. Some cry out hysterically, others pray aloud. Slowly, my eyes penetrate the darkness. From some cracks in the walls, rays of light break through, throwing ghastly shadows on our terrified faces. Is this... Wait. Let's read that again because I got distracted. Here, stay with your family, I hear a sarcastic remark in German, and someone is pushed into the wagon. The doors close. We are all in total darkness. Some cry out hysterically, others pray aloud. Slowly, my eyes penetrate the darkness. From some cracks in the walls, rays of light break through, throwing ghastly shadows of our terrified faces. Is this what a grave feels like? Someone wonders aloud. In a grave, you have more room than this, a sobbing voice answers. We must have hope. We must not give up hope, I hear a voice from the other end of the wagon. Remember all the Hammonds who tried to destroy our people. We survived. God will not abandon us now. He will not forsake us. Hope, people, hope. Oh, he's lost his mind completely, someone responds. I cannot see any faces. They are all covered in darkness. I see only shadows around me. But the voices are clear, painfully clear. So where is God? Why does he not answer us? Have we not suffered enough? What is he waiting for? You are sinning with that kind of talk. We must pray. Maybe I have sinned, but what about my little children? What sins can little children commit? They were only babies. Why did they take them from us? Why did God allow this to happen? Bitter voices, angry, heartbroken, wailing. We sit huddled together listening to the voices around us. Mrs. Burakowicz puts her head on her daughter's lap, mumbling something to herself. Rivkeli caresses her mother's head, whispering, "It's all right, Mama." Riva Motelli turns toward me, taking my hands in his. His voice sounds so strange. Riva, they may separate us. They may separate the men from the women. Remember, if this happens, stay with Carola and Rivkeli. You must look out for one another. You must be strong. We must live. We must survive. I'll take care of Michelle. I promise. Labiche, Burl and I are the older boys. We'll keep Michelle between us so he'll look older than 13. We'll take care of Michelle, I promise you. I pull them both close to me. We cry silently together. Mrs. Burkowicz raises her head from her daughter's lap. I will watch over my children. I will watch over my children, she says with sudden determination. Don't worry, my children. Don't worry. Michelle turns suddenly toward Rifkeli. He puts his hand on Rifkeli's shoulder. Rifkeli, please take care of my sister, he says. You are the oldest of the girls here. You are the big sister. Riva is not very strong. She always had us to watch over her. We are leaving her in your hands. Please, look after her. I will, Michelle, I will, she whispers softly. Days turns to nights, and nights into days again. The cracks in the walls let in some rays of sunlight to tell us it is a new day. The rays of moonlight coming through the cracks let us know it is night again. We doze, resting our heads on one another's shoulders, awaken startled by nightmares to find that the nightmares are real. The stench of human secretion mixed with the sweltering heat makes it hard to breathe. The buckets used as toilets are overflowing. People faint from the smell, from the heat, from exhaustion. The train stops several times, but no doors are open. How much longer, how much more can we endure? Hold on. Do not give up. We will survive. Voices of strangers trying to comfort one another, searching for the courage to stay alive. It has been 3 long, horrible days and 3 terrifying nights. Where are we going? Where are we going? The train stops. The doors finally open. The sudden sunlight is blinding, but our ears are filled with music. Music all around us. Where are we? What is this place? Welcome to Auschwitz, Jews. A German voice comes through a loudspeaker. Welcome to Auschwitz, Jews. The living crawl out. The dead are pulled out. And that's the end of part 1 and the end of chapter 24.